barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CBA, it's just a better gun.
All right, everybody, this next segment's being sponsored by our friends at Courtney's Restaurant and Catering. You guys can find them at 4066B North Mount Juliet Road, or give them a call at 615-754-7548. And if you happen to catch our post this morning about their menu today, I tell you what, it'll make you plumb hungry looking at that. So be sure to stop in at Courtney's and get yourself lunch or dinner or breakfast now, and tell them thank you for everything they do for us here at the show. Folks, we're going to go ahead and leave the phone lines open if any of you want to call and chime in on any of these regulations, but there's another one here that I wanted to hit on, Anthony, that's going to be another big change.
That is a big one.
And it doesn't really affect you right that much because of where we live.
I wish it did.
But I'm literally going to read this because I want it to be word for word, but this is the incidental take of one either sex elk, okay? And this is for licensed deer hunters in non-elk restoration counties. Now what's happening is our elk populations they're starting to thrive. They're doing great. Well, they're getting outside of these counties. So if you are not in one of the restoration counties, which I'm about to tell you what they are, and an elk comes into your property and you're a licensed deer hunter, you can now take one either sex elk in those counties. Now here are your counties you cannot do this in. This is your restoration counties: Anderson County, Campbell County, Claiborne County, Morgan County, and Scott County. Now this does not adhere to those counties, but if you're outside of one of those counties, you can now take an elk either sex. And Anthony, what that tells me is it's another successful restoration effort. Just like was done with the turkeys and done with the whitetails here in Tennessee. They started this elk project now. It's been been quite a while, and they've built on it and grown on it, and we although it's still not many, there are more elk tags available every year, it seems like, in the state. And now we've got these incidental tags, and I mean,
don't you know that'd be so cool to be sitting up in a ladder stand and a big bull elk come out, and it's in one of the counties that it's out of their zone.
It's going to happen this year too.
It's going to happen.
You're going to see some guys this year and girls that they get lucky, and here comes the big elk. Because when they go in there, this is just me thinking of it as a deer hunter. When they go in there and do these hunts, they're going to push these elk around just like you would when you go in there and do the deer hunts, and there's no telling where they're going to end up. So I think you're going to see several of the incidental tags filled this year.
And that's the best table fare it is of all the big game.
I mean, it's
elk
like
is
beef.
number
It's
one.
like wild beef almost. It's absolutely delicious. So that's another biggie that's changing there. In the CWD counties now, people have already started hearing about this, but I want to touch on this. The gun season in CWD opens with muzzleloader season. Yes. It is rifle from the day muzzleloader
opens. The only time all during deer season where you cannot use a rifle or a muzzleloader is the archery only.
During the archery only segment. But because on the velvet hunt, you can.
That's right.
Is that rifle or muzzleloader?
Yeah, you can use any weapon you want for the 3-day velvet
Then
hunt.
you're going to have archery only, just like the rest of the counties. But when muzzleloader opens, it's gun the rest of the year.
They're not even calling it muzzleloader this year. It's just gun. When the next season opens after archery season, you use any weapon you want.
That's right. So that, another change that people want to keep in mind. That's where a lot of the confusion has been, and I commend them for changing some things. Now they have a CWD section, and it's not as mixed up as it was. But people would get to reading. They're trying to do their best to read the book, and
the one that's confused them the most, Brandon, is the one where it's kind of a table, and it says closed over there for the velvet hunt. Well, what it is, if you look above that, it says antlerless.
Antlerless, that's right.
During the velvet hunt, if an antlerless deer is not going to have any velvet, that's right. And that's what they're getting confused on.
That's right.
And it happens
and
every day.
And just like with turkey saying bearded bird, with the antlered deer, could it be a doe? Yeah,
it could.
I mean, it's very, very rare, but there are antlered does out there, and that's why it states antlered versus antlerless. It doesn't say male deer, female deer. It's antlered versus antlerless.
And another people get confused. Well, what if it's already a hard antler deer?
That's okay.
It's still legal.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's still legal.
You're right. I've been asked that several times as well. Sometimes they'll drop their velvet early.
Yeah.
And just last year, I know there were several deer taken on the velvet hunt that were hard-horned deer.
Yep.
You know, they had freshly come out of velvet. So yes, it's legal to do that as long as it is an antlered deer.
Yep.
Then you're good to go. Most of them will be in velvet, but they won't all be. Like I say, some of them will already have shed.
You know, another thing a lot of people get confused on, they say, well, it's landowner only. No, it's not. It's, you know, if you lease land,
it's private land. That's right.
It's
private land is the way it's listed. So you can't do your velvet hunt on your WMAs in public hunting areas. But like Anthony said, if you have a hunting lease somewhere or someone down the road has let you hunt their farm, you can velvet hunt at the farm. You do not have to own the property. That is something else.
Yes.
It's very misconceived sometimes because people think, well, I don't own my own land. That's okay. As long as it's private land, you're okay.
Yep.
And I do hear some disagreement with not having it on the public ground. You know, I can kind of see it both directions, but I would like to see in the future them move toward allowing the velvet hunt to our public land hunters as well.
A couple public places in Unit CWD, if I'm not mistaken. For some reason, I won't say Chickasaw, but I'm not 100% on that.
Gotcha. But, so maybe they're starting to open that up a little bit to the public land hunters.
Just in the CWD zone.
Only in CWD. I would like to see it more statewide.
Now the other thing too is unlimited earn a buck.
Yes. So
this year,
you shoot all the bucks you want.
You
can basically,
as long as you killed 2 does, you know, if you killed 10 does, you got 5 extra buck tags.
Yeah, that's right. And so there is no lack of ability if you're in a CWD zone to hunt and have a good season. Don't let it scare you either. Anthony lives and hunts in the CWD zone. Go have your deer tested. By all means, make sure it's safe, but don't let it scare you to hunt those. I want to do something real quick because we're about to have to take a break right now. On our Facebook drawing, guys, there are numbers on your pictures that you turned in for us, and Anthony's about to draw a number, and whatever he draws is going to win 3 packs of jigs from Yankum Custom Tackle, and I'll tell y'all who that is at the end of this, at the end of the show tonight. So right now we know we have got picture number 2. Stayed low on the spectrum tonight, and I'll let you guys know who picture number 2 was here in just a minute. We'll let you know who our winner was. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some more Southern Woods and Waters.